outro right now because, quite frankly, I wasn't intending to go live tonight. I was just going to enjoy the peace, the quiet, the serenity, and all of that. Well, lo and behold, somebody wanted me to take a look at a video that somebody had to make. So I'm going to preface this. Okay? I come from a community. Let me rephrase that. I come from a community that some would call the anti KJ community. And in that community, I have found good people and bad people. And, I'm just going to, there are good people, there are bad people. But in the community, there is one woman who is called T-Spiracy or AZ. Now, the video that I was listening to is about her. And I am going to just state this, okay? There are two main players in the fight that is going on. One happens to be T-Spiracy. The other one happens to be um Little Bitch. Okay? Now we all know who Little Bitch is. Okay? We do. We all know who Little Bitch is. So I was listening to his live and I was listening to the bullcrap that he was spewing out about T-Spiracy. Okay? So Little Bitch has it in his mind that he is going to go to the state where T-Spiracy lives and file for defamation, defamatory, and reputation ruining remarks. Okay? Now, there's a reason why I titled my video this way. Because Little Bitch apparently doesn't understand how the law works. Okay? He thinks that just because he is a man, he knows everything, or everybody is going to side with him just because he's a man. The law does not work that way. Life does not work that way. It doesn't matter if you are a man or a woman. The law is law. It doesn't matter what sex you are. The law is law. It doesn't favor one gender over the other. Okay, yeah, Squidward, he's still around, and I was forced to listen to part of the video that he did. Now, let me explain how law works. And you would think, Little Bitch, listening to the Tati Westbrook versus Katie Anti-Joy, you would have understood about the legalities and everything going in between. But apparently you didn't learn crap. Right? When you want to sue somebody for defamation and character slamming and pretty much reputation destroying remarks, you have to understand something, that when you present your own evidence, the person that you are trying to sue, it can actually submit their own evidence. And contrary to what you believe, Little Bitch, you are not as smart as you and your hooked on phonics little failure wife. And I'm going to get really petty with your wife here in a minute. And I'm going to preface this that what I'm going to say about your wife, I will not apologize for. Okay? So I want to say that there will be a trigger warning when I talk about his wife. So I'll put that up when the time comes. But for right now, I want to talk about his lack of intelligence. When you sue somebody, there is a thing called discovery. There is a thing called submittance of evidence. There is a thing called subpoenas. Now, when you're doing discovery, it means that everything on both sides has to be gone through. Now, like I said, contrary to what you believe, little bitch, you are not as smart as you think you are, because every stream that you have done has been recorded and can be submitted into the court of law. It does not matter if you deleted them from your YouTube. It doesn't matter. As long as they are recorded in whole, not in parts, but in whole, and no alterations are made, they can be submitted to the court. That means that T-Spiracy can reach out to her followers and ask for evidence. She can literally ask for the videos. She can ask for screenshots of your Twitter. Now, there is another thing called subpoenas, where T-Spiracy can subpoena Twitter, subpoena YouTube, and get information that she needs that way. Once again, just because you delete it from your YouTube does not make it disappear, nor does it make it invalid in the court of law. Okay? It doesn't. Now, you want to sit there and cry and boohoo and go on all of this, okay? Now, I'm going to point this out, little bitch, because apparently you have a short-term memory, or frankly, you're just an idiot complete through, all right? You cannot rewrite history to fit your narrative, all right? You can't. You cannot fit, whatever you want to fit your narrative. It doesn't work that way. Wrong is wrong, right is right, yada, yada, yada. Now, me being who I am, I'm not a saint. I don't claim to be. But I do know a few things. One thing that I do know is that T-Spiracy can actually legally request anybody to actually speak on her behalf. For instance, if T-Spiracy wanted to summon me into the courtroom, she would have every legal right for me to appear in that courtroom. And I am legally bound to speak on her behalf. She can legally have anybody she wants speak on her behalf, or, for example, you can have anybody who you want to speak on your behalf. Okay? You seem to think that you know everything there is when you actually don't know crap. For instance, you think that she had a smear campaign against you. What about the smear campaign when you implied that her daughter, yes, her daughter, who happens to be under the age of 10, mind you accused her daughter being a product of incest between T-Spiracy and her own father. You actually also stated that T-Spiracy is a child predator who would snatch kids from parks, and you warned people to keep their kids away from her. What about the fact that when you were fighting with Marissa and Dean, Mr. Little Bitch, you were trying to get people in your own chat room to call CPS on Dean and Marissa? What about the fact Mr. Little Bitch, that you are trying to incite your own subscribers to get real out of hopes of getting a place to live. You were trying to get your own subscribers to call apartment buildings to prevent real from finding a place to live. The videos of that are still out there. We can't make this stuff up. You are literally the most disgusting, pathetic human being. You have made derogatory remarks about KJ. You have made derogatory remarks about her own kid. You have made derogatory remarks about her husband. You have spoken more about children lately than a normal person would. And in my book, that is a man with predatory instincts and tendencies. And that is my opinion. And now will be brought up in court. You have literally tried to sexualize me as a minor. You have literally sexualized T-Spiracy's minor daughter, little bitch. And you want to sit up on your panel and cry? It don't work that way. It does not work that way. It doesn't. You also stated that certain women's husbands need to beat them into submission. Or have you forgotten that, little bitch? You told Dean that he needs to beat his wife more often. You told Shyla her husband needs to beat her more often. You have implied that T-Spiracy's only way to get a man is to spread her legs. And you want to sit there on your freaking panel and scream that you are going to try to sue somebody. No, it ain't gonna work in this lifetime. You are a horrible, horrible human being, and everything will be brought out in court if you are dumb enough to do this. Because there is no court in this world that will side with you. None. None whatsoever. None whatsoever. Okay? None. You have done more to people online than what people have done to you. To imply that people were sexually assaulted by their parents or by a stranger or by a family member, or to imply that women need to be beat by their partners, that is not normal thinking, little bitch. That is not normal thinking in any realm. None. None whatsoever. You are in my opinion, you are a sociopathic psychopath. You are a literal danger to everybody who disagrees with you. You have implied that people use their jobs to get information on people. Do you know how illegal that is? To use their profession to get information on people? If it's not public, people can be held accountable. And I remember in one instance that you and your so-called hooked on phonics failure wife were crying and screaming that what Reagan was doing was illegal because they weren't private records. Actually, they were private records. And I even stated that they were public records, not private. They were public records. I stated that, and I'm correcting myself. They were public records. And I stated that in a couple of the live streams. And Reagan can attest to this, I'm pretty sure, or somebody can, where I asked the question of, is what Reagan doing legal? And people said, yes, as long as it's public, it is legal, but it may not be ethical. And I pretty much left it alone. I did. I pretty much left it alone after that. Okay, well, if it's public and it's legal, fine and dandy. There's nothing I can do about it. Okay, there's nothing I can do once the information is public. But you and your wife insinuated that Reagan was using her power to release private information, which was a lie. We all knew that was a lie. Because if you recall, your wife, who you think is the pinnacle of all being, literally proved that some of the things that Reagan was posting was actual public records. I mean, you know, you two are not the brightest bulbs in the whole box. I mean, if you want to paint a narrative, you gotta make sure you're both on the same page. But neither of you are ever on the same page. And even when you try to be on the same page, your own wife muddles everything up. How many times, little bitch, have you been complaining about having to go up on live streams to clear up the mess that your hooked on phonics failure wife did? You even went on a lot of your lives and said that a lot of stuff that your wife did was stupid shit and she needed to learn to control her mouth. Do you remember that? I mean, I do. I remember that. You literally told her that she needs to learn to literally control her mouth and know when to shut the fuck up. I remember that. Yeah, they're lurking in the background, Squidward. They're trying to become relevant. I ignore him, but I couldn't ignore him now because now he's trying to go after T-Spiracy, who the only thing that she has been trying to do was defend herself. And little bitch, let's not forget about how you and your wife used a family member's experience for your own personal gain. I'm not going to mention them because I want to respect that side of the family. But you literally used their personal loss for your entire gain, and you want to sit up here and act like, oh, you're the victim? No, 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 no. You're not the victim. You're the perpetrator. You're the perpetrator that sticks your mouth in everything. You cannot have it both ways. I've never once claimed to be a victim of anything, little bitch. Never once did I claim to be a victim of anything. Okay, when people were attacking me, did I scream, hey, I'm being bullied? No, I did not. When people were literally slamming me, was I making video after video crying about how people were picking on me? No, I didn't. But it seems a little bitch that you cannot handle when people call you out on your behavior. You throw a little hissy fit. You know what? You want to be perfect? Well, you know what? I'll call you the perfect jackass. Okay? You can literally be the perfect jackass. Because between you and your wife, you have literally proven that you two can't even work the half a brain cell that you both use between you. You're not a victim. You're not a victim. I'm not a victim. Usually when I get attacked, it's because of something I said. Okay? Usually when I get attacked, it's because of something I did. I can't claim victim. And let's face it, I don't need you, little bitch, to get me into trouble. I get myself into fucking trouble. I get my own self into fucking trouble. I don't need your fucking help. But I was watching. Now let me see if I can find it again. I think I took it. Hold on here. But I was watching this thingy. And I was watching this live stream. And his playmate, which I will call her, playmate, made this comment. And I got to put a trigger warning up. So I'm going to put my trigger warning up because what I'm going to say may offend people. But I'm going to stand behind this. And I know I'm probably going to get yelled at for it. Okay. Now, this is my trigger warning. Okay. So what I'm about to say has to stem from this one comment that his Hooked on Phonics failure made in his live stream. Where is it? Hoggets. It messes with family, kids, and work. She doesn't understand what she said. Now, mind you, they're still talking about T-Spiracy. Okay? Right. Now, I'm going to keep this up for about a minute or two, so you can all read this. It messes with family, kids, and work. Okay? Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind while you let this sink into your brain. Okay? Just let this sink in. Okay? Just let this sink in. Just let it sink in. All right? Okay. Sunk in. All right. Hooked on Phonics, bitch ass, motherfucking fake ass, droopy titty little whore. Let's talk about fucking you messing with fucking family and kids. You have sat on your own fucking ass, listening to your own fucking brain dead, dickless, son of a bitch and pathetic losing ass husband drag every motherfucking person's child across the motherfucking coals. You yourself have been accused of hitting your own damn kids. You have called your own son a possible molester. You want to sit there and talk about kids. What about all the fucking shit you have spewed about your own fucking kids? What about you and your goddamn motherfucking husband calling a kid the N-word? Your own husband even called him a bastard. And you just sat there and let him say those fucking things. And you want to sit on your motherfucking ass typing this motherfucking shit when the only thing now that you can pop out between your legs is a fucking rubber fucking baby. All right? Your tubes are so fucked up that the only thing that can come out of that fucking goddamn snatch is a fucking goddamn rubber ass doll. You can sit there on your goddamn high horse and say, "Ooh, I had a miscarriage." Motherfucker, you didn't have a miscarriage. Your tubes are so fucking goddamn dried up that your eggs are fucking goddamn hard-boiled now. You want to sit there and say, "Oh, it messes with family kids." Oh, well, you were there the entire fucking time when he went after T-Spiracy's kids, after he went after Marissa and Dean's kids. You sat there and let him belittle fucking Katie Anti-Joy's son. You sat on your motherfucking ass letting him berate your own fucking children. And you want to use this? Oh, no, bitch. No, 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 no. Listen here, you droopy tittied motherfucking little whore. The only use that you have in this world is to get on your fucking knees, open your goddamn fucking mouth, and keep a dick in it. Because everything that you spew is a fucking goddamn lie. You should not be seen. You should not be heard. You should not be given a fucking choice to exist. And that is my motherfucking opinion. So you can sit there and think you are God's grace to everything. You're fucking not. You are fucking shit, Michelle. You are nothing in this life. You achieved nothing in this life, and you will leave as a nothing in this fucking life. Now, why don't you do what you're fucking good at and just lay in that fucking bed with your legs open and your mouth fucking shut? Okay. I'm done now. I'm done now. And I'm going to stand by this. I don't care if I lose 15 subscribers. I don't care if I lose 1,000. I will stand by what I just said about you, Michelle, because you are a fucking vile, disgusting piece of horse shit. Do not even remotely sit there and say that you are for the fucking children when you were trying to incite people to get CPS along with your own husband to go after Marissa and Dean, the shit that he said about T-Spiracy, the shit that he said about fucking Katie Anti-Joy, the shit that he has said about every woman that criticized him. You never once, fucking Michelle, stood up for anybody. You are as complacent in that fucking bullshit as he is. And the only people that you have to blame are your fucking selves. Now, before anybody gets the wrong idea, no, you know what? Me and T-Spiracy were amicable. I don't talk about her. She doesn't talk about me. I may pop into her channel once in a while, but we're not what you would call friends, Mr. Pig. Okay? But I will not let you sit on your fucking stream and spew out fucking lies and try to play victim when what you have said about T-Spiracy and a lot of other people have been completely fucking vile. Like I said, little pig, little bitch, dickless wonder, limp-wristed, closeted motherfucking loser. If you really want to go down that route of legality, I will do everything in my power to make sure that T-Spiracy wins against your fucking ass. I will make it my life's mission, little bitch, to make sure that you and your little brain-dead wife have nothing to live for except waking up every day to pay the legal costs for T-Spiracy. I will enjoy waking up every day listening to you and your wife crying on YouTubes about how you have no fucking money, no fucking home, no fucking car because your fucking ego overloaded your fucking ass. I will enjoy watching the tears flow from your face. I will enjoy you living in nothing but perpetual misery. I want you to wake up every day knowing that no matter how hard you work, no matter how hard you sacrifice, you are so far deep in the barrel that there is no hope to ever get out of it. And yes, that is me being petty, and I have the right to be petty. And I will never apologize for that, you little bitch. You wanted to be the center of attention. Well, now you are the center of attention. You're going to be the center of my attention. Like I said, I will do everything in my power to bring your 800-pound fat ass down to reality and hopefully out of existence. Think about that. Think about that. You think we're a bunch of fucking stupid, idiotic people that just say that just look at YouTube and don't know how to fucking do basic things? Never, ever, ever underestimate the power of people you fucking piss off. And remember one thing as well, little bitch. You don't live too far from me. So think about that. Think about that. You have no idea where I live, but thanks to the internet, let's just say, in this position, you're the one that's fucking screwed, not me. Now, I'm going to end it on that note. I thank you for all watching this. I had to say it. I had to say what I had to say. Because, you know what? Like I said, I'm amicable with T-Spiracy, but he has done so much shit to her to make him think that he has a shot at defeating her. I will make sure that his life is nothing but a living hell from this point on. You all have a great morning. You have a great evening. You all have a great morning, a great afternoon, and a great evening. If you haven't been to bed, go get some rest. I'll see you all soon. Thank you for joining me. You all have a wonderful day, and I shall see you all soon.